Beautiful magical beings, blessings, blessings. Sending out a telepathic message to all those who are divinely meant to connect within this space, within this time. I realize that I rarely ever go live on Instagram, and Instagram's like a vibe. Like a lot of you people are like my people, so I felt like it's about time. So blessings, blessings, welcome, welcome. So we have some very exciting things going on. First of all, we're on Earth. All right. First of all, we're on Earth. That's extremely exciting at this time. It's extremely profound. It's a miracle. Every single day, every single moment is a straight up miracle. It's like, wow. Wow, we chose to incarnate during this legendary shift in time, and we have these individual opinions and embodiments of essence and expression to assist the collective and to co-create with the collective and the shift in humanitarian consciousness. Like, wow. Okay, so first of all, that's exciting. So welcome. Welcome to the day. And also going to be having my girl, Katherine, come on and join me on live today. Already got a couple hundred people. What's up, my fam? Oh, so good to see you all. And thank you for sending love through the comments. I'm gonna try and go through them, but I'm super not very good at doing the comments. So, yeah, I like checking the comments, but we will try to. Again, gonna have my girl Katherine come on. And some other very exciting things that we have going on besides the fact that every moment is a miracle. Just gotta keep reminding you that, because it's actually a thing. I'm also reminding myself it's higher self is speaking to Heather at the same time while I'm speaking to you. So know that I'm not just talking at you, I'm talking with you. We are all talking together. But, okay, so we have this Feminine Alchemy Immersion, a 13-week container and online portal that we are co-creating together for women to create sisterhood, to go deep into their shadows, to actually face their shit, be real, be authentic, find their energy, their expression, their essence, and embody it fully. It's gonna be so powerful. I'm so excited. So we have that starting on August 13th of this month. And on top of that, we also have an in-person retreat for our women, our sisters. So if you feel called in October, I think it's October 1st, it's 3 days. And okay, it's not a retreat. I hear Devana's voice coming through. She's like, don't call it a retreat. It's so much more than a retreat. It's a life upgrade. It's a full life upgrade. So yeah, it's going to be 3 days in October in Texas. And I'm just going to look for Katherine on here. And yeah, if you feel called to either of those, the links are in my bio. I'll also post it in my story too. And let's see, going to have Katherine come on here to talk about how to rewild yourself, what it means to rewild. If you can tell, my vibe is a little wild, crazy, but I kind of always am. So yeah, we're going to be talking about this, going into it more. Let's see, where's my girl? Yes. All right, I think it's beginning. Is it beginning? Is it happening? Hi, beautiful.
Hi, Mama.
How are you?
So excited to be here.
So grateful to be here. You look beautiful, glowing, magical. You look very free.
Thank you. Well,
Mhm.
it's 9 a.m. in a beach in Hawaii,
Oof.
like
Ooh,
Ziggy
vibes.
said it.
Yes, yes. So
Mm,
yes, Catherine, she is a beautiful magical sister, a plant medicine shamana, as well as a casual co-creatrix of all the realms. She's a beautiful sister, a magical mom. She bridges the realms. She channels divine wisdom, codes, sisterhood connection. She's magical, amazing. So thank you for being here, Catherine. I love you so much as one of my personal sisters. So it's so cool to even be co-creating things with you in the virtual realms as well. And yeah, thank you for being here.
yeah, I'm so grateful to have met you. Actually, we met when I was super pregnant uh,
Yes.
through a very good friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
Erin, who I wish, that she could watch this because she's such an angel in our life. And I know that she babysat you. Imagine that she babysat Heather, and then I met her in Panama. Like
Yeah.
all the synchronicities in life, and how we keep meeting and ascending, and just being human beings, which is the most important. Which I love your post. I've been offered thrones, but I keep being earthy. And I think that that is the whole concept of what we're doing
Yes.
inside the portal, and also with our retreat that it's coming up, Rewild.
Mm-hmm.
It's been wild. It's been a wild fucking like
Rewild. Gen
last
Wild.
2 years.
Yes.
Right? It's been so wild, and it just makes sense that we just want to go wilder.
Yes. And so, yeah, like I'd love to even start out this space. Like, what does it mean to you to rewild? What does that look like? I mean, even just tapping into some things that when we touched base earlier this rising, like what you shared, like, yeah, what does it mean, girl?
Yeah, I definitely want to share more of that because I think it's so relevant on
Yeah.
this technological era. I basically took a whole week of social media. I was doing my own cleanse. My body was asking for it. I've been juicing. So obviously all the emotions come out. And that's why we do these things. So as I'm coming out of this cleanse, I log on Instagram, and it's like this surge of emotions and like these feelings that I'm not enough, and that I'm not doing enough, you know, like that come to all of us. Like every person, and even you, Heather, you can share on it, because I feel like we have this thing that we put people on pedestals, and you are such a goddess that I'm sure so many people put you on pedestals. And we have this thing that we think that people have it better, and social media brings a lot of stuff, and I think it's such a blessing.
Yes.
It's not to be taken like social media is doing this to me, but it's like social media is bringing a fear-based mentality that is living inside of me.
Right. And it's
So
yours. It's not even yours. The fact that it's connected to the whole collective consciousness, it's something that everyone experiences, and it's temporary. It's not permanent, because when you're on your purpose, in your passion, you don't even question that shit. You know you're more than enough. You're like, ooh, like it's a gift that I'm here right now, when you're like fully in it. So that's how you know it's like, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's just something to like move through. It's a program. And really, like, that is like how I would define Rewild, is to abandon the program, is to dismantle the program. Like, get rid of the programs, the blockages, these like ideas, these persuasions, these infiltrations. It's like, no, that's not fucking you. Like, raw state, rip it out. And only when we allow ourselves to fully like express and just like fall into the depths of the emotion, let it move through, look at it, articulate it, see it, even dissect it, that's the only way that we can actually move this energy through. And then we're like, ah, that shit never belonged to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
totally. And what I love about it, because it's one of the things like I really embody, is like to feel all the feels.
Yes.
Recently, about this guy saying we are so afraid of dreaming because we're so afraid of failure. And he said, I dream so big that if only 20% of my dream comes true, dude, that is so good already, because my dreams are really big. With the whole Rewild, it's that nature is wild, and it doesn't need to ask permission for all these feelings that we have. Again, we have this tendency of being like, oh, I embrace this part of me. I embrace the part that feels good, and that it feels like really good about other women. But when I feel jealous, and when I feel like sad, or when I feel not enough, like I really reject those things. And my work with women is like, don't avoid those feelings, because in those feelings and in that juiciness is where your miracles are. And it's very
Yes.
courageous to rewild, because not many people allow themselves the gifts of feeling all the feels
Yes.
they need
It's
to feel. And when you go to wild, which is what we're trying to do with women, because it's beautiful to connect on social media, but then there's another layer, which
yes.
is just getting there in the wild, and you say consciously, I'm gonna disconnect to connect. And you dare consciously to feel all the feels that have been, you know, which for me are the inner child. That is like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, I wanna be accepted even when I feel like the worst of myself,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be fragmented anymore. And if I need to wake up and feel like shit, damn it, I'm gonna feel like shit, and I'm gonna be in it and let it alchemize myself. And then you're doing it not only for you, you're doing it for all the fucking women of this world. So
Yes.
it's like it takes a lot of courage to go back to nature. And we can observe that in nature, you know. Nature is a beautiful lake where you can bathe your baby, but it's also the tsunami that fucking tears your
And take shit out.
country to
Yep.
pieces, and then you have to start again. So it's like how we women, like, we have that in ourselves. And you know, when I woke up this morning and I open up social media and I feel all the feels, fuck, in that moment I'm not saying thank you. I am like crying to the floor, shaking to my bones, and I'm like, damn it, like, I gotta feel this, because it is so easy to be the victim and say, like, social media is doing this to me. But it takes courage to say, fucking social media, thank you, because you are unveiling something that in my bones I know that it's there. So thank you for showing me. And again, it's so beautiful to share this with you and with all the women, because this is the part that I really like. I
Yeah.
like the part because I know it's so easy to, you know, to put people in pedestals, but damn it, I love when, you know, I love to hear that from you, Heather. Like, how do you feel, you know, like your insecurities? Like, this is for me what is wild within the
Yeah.
women's nature, you know, and
The
what I
raw.
admire, you know.
Yes, yes. The rawness, truly. Like I believe like that who is placed on a pedestal should be like the one who can feel the most, who can be the most raw, who can be the most authentic, who can be the most real, and who can show up and like reveal like the most in the moments. And like for me, that's everything. Like truly, truly being raw and wild is like I will not, I'm patient with things and I let things process within me, but I am always speaking my truth. And like there's a part of me that trusts myself so much because I'm always going to speak my truth, and I don't doubt that I'm going to let a situation happen or something or whatever without speaking my truth. So it's like it's the rawness for me is like is a life force. It's a fucking life force, and it's like an energy, a momentum that like I have like been having to work on giving more permission to let it be raw and wild and like move through. But like please trust, like everyone on here, everyone who can hear me, please trust there are times where I am going through it, where I am crying, where I'm bawling, where I am yelling, where I am talking to my guides, where I'm like, what is this? I'm trying so hard, this is like everything. And then it's just like once I move through that, once I allow for that to happen, once I give all aspects of Heather permission to feel that, to be okay with that, and not only like push it away or, oh, that's not my higher self, or like, this is this. It's like, no, no, no. This is exactly what my higher self looks like right now. What does she look like? In fact, let me pull out a mirror. I'm going to do this in front of the mirror. What does this rawness look like? This is beauty. This is power. This is feminine essence in whichever way and form it wants to come. And again, sometimes it's hideous, but that is even sexy to me. Like that is what is sexy. Sexy is life force, energy, expression to me. So like even that, it's like transmuting our beliefs about like, oh, this is like inconsiderate or rude or like not polite or like don't be over. It's like no, 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 this is how we're showing up. This is like, this is a ticket, a key, a permission slip for everyone. And if it does trigger someone else, good. That's the trigger that like needed to happen for them to initiate their trajectory of evolution and whatever theme, topic, essence they're supposed to go through in that moment. So it's like, yes, I am full on with you. And sometimes it's like feeling like shit. It's like, but I observe like, I even love those moments of like feeling like shit when I'm able to cry and yell. There's a part of me, like I'm in it, experiencing it, but there's a part of me that's like, Heather, good job. Good job. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because I know that the energy and the thoughts and whatever, if we keep it in, if we hold it in, then it will manifest in some type of toxic way beyond how it needs to be naturally expressed. So even in those moments, I'm like, yes, good job. You're doing it. And it's once I like let myself fully move through it and say all the things that I wouldn't want to say and that I don't even necessarily believe or feel, then it gets out of my body and being. And then I can come to clarity where it's like, oh, that doesn't resonate. that thought is not mine. Oh, that identification doesn't belong to me. Okay, all right, I just let this move through. And then a passion comes that creates space. Then a momentum, a life force, an energy comes through that. So, like, and I'm Scorpio. So I am always going through like the depths of emotion and feeling. For me, it's so extreme. Like, the only reason why I am so positive and I have such a high frequency energy is because before, during, and after everything, like, I have already equated for the absolute best thing to happen and the absolute worst possible thing to happen ever. Death, this, that. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, all of it. I'm okay with all of it no matter what. But it's not because I like deny, oh my God, we could die. Oh my God, this bad thing could happen. It's like, no. Okay, so this amazing thing can happen, that bad thing can happen, this. And for me, it's very neutral. So it's not like it manifests something in my reality. I'm able to like be like, okay, even if I were to die during that time, that'd be okay. That would be okay. And this would be okay. And if this were to happen, that would still be okay. It's like, it's not bypassing anything. It's showing and seeing and feeling all of it, all of it. And then with the releasement, like with releasing the attachment to it having to be some way, like showing up in some way, or me having to be some way, then it's like the realness can come through. And it's like we got space for it all. And it's just like here.
I love that, Heather. I mean, I come from, I mean, I'm almost 40, so I've lived quite a few times already in this realm. I've seen myself change fucking personalities so many
Yeah.
times, you know. I've been, and each personality I've taken so seriously. And then when the personality dies, I'm like, what a fucking joke, you know.
Yes.
At this point in my life, you know, like, you know, I'm so blessed. I've had yoga in my life which have saved my life.
Mm.
But also, you know, I have this post that I love where I open up around it. It's like coming out of my own closets have been wild. And I think that coming from that spiritual world of everything is beautiful, everything is magical, you know, it's like as soon as you felt a shadow, you were like, no, I'm happy, I'm bliss, I'm light. And coming out of the closet these 5 last years of actually like, no fucking hell, like I feel like shit. And honestly, I'm gonna honor this feeling first, feel it in my body, which is what is healing me in my body. Because if I don't get to feel it, I'm like bypassing it. And then as soon as I feel it and I feel like I'm dying actually, which reminds me of plant medicine, it's like all these endorphins and things come up and I'm like liberated. And I think that for a lot of people in this community, in the spiritual community, the same thing is happening. Is like, how can I come out of my own closet and honor my intuition, you know, and understand that the Aquarian age doesn't mean that you're like, you know, gonna live in the stars. It means that you're fucking gonna be aware of your shit, that you're gonna
Yes.
be aware of like your stories, like, oh, you know, and that doesn't feel pretty, you know, like in the same way that I see my daughter going to the ocean and having fun and sometimes being smacked and I'm scared to death. Like, is she okay? And the ocean is not apologetic, like, I'm sorry, you know, the ocean is like, that's who I am, you know, and
Yeah.
that's why I love her so much. And there's people
Get
that
ready.
love the ocean and there's people that hate the ocean. And I
Right.
think that that is for me like the biggest code through motherhood, which is the wildest thing I've ever lived through, is like coming into my own leadership first in my family, because as a mother, you are a leader whether you want it or not. So it's like you have to take the freaking, like, you know, I'm a freaking leader, and you have to accept that one day your kids are not gonna like you.
Mm.
So it's like this has been for me like the biggest shift, because the more my work gets raw, because I'm getting more raw, the more I have people like, I love you, and some people is like, I hate you. And,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, that was like very painful for me at the beginning, because
Mm.
I came from this world like I just want to be a nice girl, like I just want to be kind, and like the only emotion I want to cause in people's beings is like sweet emotions. But for me, that growth has to be out of that and be like, Katherine, goddammit, like if you're gonna be raw and you're gonna be yourself, that means that like I
Well
have to
said.
learn to be okay with people not liking you. And for me, that's wild, because that's nature itself. You know, nature is not asking you like, oh, can you please like me? You know, nature is like, boom, you know.
Mhm.
And for women, this is what I teach. Like, if you are gonna shine and you're gonna be wild in your being, to rewild, you're gonna find that regardless, and it's not dependent on you, you're gonna cause emotions in people. You know, you're gonna have people being jealous, you're gonna have people being hurt. You are hurt people regardless of your disposition if you show up. And I bet this happens to you all the time.
Oh,
Because you know, like, it has happened to me that I wrote you a message and you didn't reply, but because I know, like, fucking Heather is like everywhere right now, like, I don't take those things personal, but I know that some people might, you know. And you know, it's wild for me to see women like you that are still going for it. Because when COVID started, like, the first quote that came to me from Rumi was like, fear is the cheapest room in the house. I would like to see you living in better conditions. And for me, honestly, like, it was not a logical thing that came to me like I was reading a book. It was like a freaking thunderstorm in my town. And I was like, damn it, I've been outside waiting for you. And you're in the fear room, like, eating the little, like, you know, like, I'm gonna eat this. And because this is my survival, and we all are doing that levels of our life. I'm not gonna tell you where you're at and where I'm at, but I know, because I know in my core that this is like in the collective. And my question to you is like, always, but to rear. Otherwise, like, I'm gonna just, the thing is, like, when you're ready and you are ready and you know that in your being, you know that if you don't come out of that closet into your own wildness, like, there's gonna be a disease in your body because you feel it. And I feel like right now that as we are in this portal called the Lion's Gate, or whatever you want to call it, because I like getting grounded, whatever you're feeling, and I know that everyone is feeling this in humanity, is the opportunity of the lifetime. What are you here to do?
yes.
And the only thing we're here to do is to be ourselves, you know? And
Yeah.
what is that? It's the most wild thing in this planet, you know?
Yes.
The simplest and the most complex. And the invitation is to go to fucking nature together in community and find that together, because we're
Yes.
not alone. And when we're alone, the invitation is like, dude, are you really? You know, are you really,
Yep.
really alone, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yes. No, I feel it. And it's time. Like, this is the time. This is what's required. It's actually our responsibility now at this point to fully be ourselves, to like shed the programs, to go into the depths, to not bypass anything anymore, to like look at everything straight, feel it all fully, and come out of the other side. Like, we are it. We have no choice anymore. It's like, it's a responsibility. So as hard as it is, it's like, this is, and that's not even a thing like, oh, this is a task or it's something weighing on you. Responsibility is also very neutral to me, that word just in general, where it's like responsibility. It's your ability to respond. That's what responsibility is. Responsibility isn't like list of things and then you have all these things and it's like this negative. No, it's like your ability to respond to things, to what comes to meet you, to what is meant for you. And it's like knowing that there is this opportunity at hand to like completely rewrite and shift the trajectory of everything, past, present, and future. Knowing that, and literally the fucking key, the formula, the code, the golden ticket is to be yourself, like the most authentic, raw version of yourself. That's literally the key. That's the answer. Then it's like, this is exciting. This is exciting. Like, every moment we get to rewild and abandon the programs, like shift back to our natural state, be raw. And yeah, so
Yes.
I'm so excited. Everyone on here, we are so grateful. It's super sad because I actually, when we said the fucking the C word, the thing, it started like 200 followers went down within seconds, and it started like glitching out, and I started not being able to hear you anymore. So we got to be careful on that, I guess. But thank you everyone, to everyone who's been on here and who's still on here and who stayed on here. Like, if you on here, or if you're seeing this, because they're probably going to try and censor it in the future, then it's divine. It's a message for you. And Katherine and I are co-hosting a virtual online container, as I mentioned in the beginning, the Feminine Alchemy Immersion, and I have the links to those in my bio as well as my story. And we're also going to be in person together in October. I'm so excited. Oh my goddess, to see you, Katherine, and to play with you and to hold space with you. Like, I am so excited. I feel like it's a dream come true. Excited. So yes, we also have that. And if you're, oh
It is
sorry,
definitely a
relaxed a
dream.
little.
Thank you, Heather, for your time, for your light, for your shadow as well. You know, I cannot wait to play in the same room with all of them, you know. I am so ready. I am so grateful. And thank you to everyone that logs in. Your time is the most precious thing. So we are so appreciative of your time with us. Thank you,
Yes,
Heather.
and
Love you.
yes, we love you and I love you, and may you receive blessings, miracles. May the most magical things happen to you today. If you are receiving these words out of all the millions of moments, milliseconds in the universe, if you are receiving these words, you are to receive your miracles on the most divine timeline and highest benefit to you and all. Receive the harmony, receive the abundance, receive the love, the bliss, the joy. You are so worthy and deserving. You are very specific. Thank you, thank you, thank you for existing. And yes, if you want to connect with us in person or online, go to the links in my bio. We are so excited. This isn't just like an ad shout out thing. Like, no, we're really trying to connect with you. So this is exciting. And we love you. I love you so much, Katherine.
One more question for the women's Rewild retreat that we're hosting. Yes. We have a code right now that holds a great discount for women. So yes, the first 20 women, I don't know how many women we already have signed up under that, but it's a massive discount, and we're holding this at a beautiful place called Blissful Hill in Austin, Texas, which I haven't personally been, but I just keep hearing beautiful things. There's gonna be surprises that, you know, just to be together in person again is such a miracle. But I just want to put it again that if you're feeling the call, your intuition, there
I'm
profile.
I'm from the 1400s, so I'm gonna try and save it. I think I know how to save it. I'm not sure, but yeah, gonna save this.
Okay, perfect.
It's, if you are hearing this right now, first 20 women get like, what is it, like 500 more than
$500 off
something
from the
crazy
experience. Yeah.
So yes, use the code Emerald. Emerald. If you use that code right now, then you're like one of the only. And yes, for Europeans, I have someone saying nothing for Europeans. First of all, come visit us in the States. We'd love to see you. And also, we have a virtual container, a 13-week virtual container that's going to be like super interactive. And yeah, so links are in my bio. Love you all so much. And we'll be going live every Thursday too. Katherine's going to be going live on her channel. I'll be having other people come in as well. Yes, and the code is Emerald for that. And yeah, so we'll see you soon. We'll keep seeing you. Love you, beautiful beings.
Love you, Heather.
I love you so much, Katherine. I'll see you soon. And I'm sure we'll talk in like a few minutes or something.
Yeah.
Love you. Love you.